High School, December 19, 2019. Power to the unit comes through that disconnect. It's in that location to use the emergency shutoff. Because public has access to it, National Electric Code allows you to lock the public. The only time you shut it down and lock it out is if it's down for maintenance. Other than that, it remains in the on position. That'll keep the batteries charged. So the unit will monitor building power. As soon as it senses a drop, it'll automatically switch over to batteries. You want to make sure those batteries are at full capacity. So if you're down here, glance over, just check, make sure kids didn't turn it off, turn it back on, keep those batteries at full capacity. These are the codes it was inspected under. There's your state permit number. Just in case somebody tears the sticker off on the unit, that number will stay with the unit for the life of the unit. Now here's your permit. Notice it's good for 30 days. State has a great accounting practice. They won't issue a 1-year permit until we pay his invoice for the day. That way you never have any past due. So in about 30 to 45 days, we'll receive the 1-year permit. We'll then send it on to the contractor. Contractor will send it on to the district contact. No worries, your IOR, Inspector of Records, is familiar with the state number and how they operate with conveyances. So unlike an elevator, this does not have to be posted on the unit. They prefer you not post it on the unit because it may create a shear point or a pinch point in the frame. So if you are going to post it outside, but always a copy. Okay? So code requires you maintain 36-inch funnel clearance, 30-inch side clearance. You don't have to stack anything in front of the disconnect. Okay? So there's 3 call send stations. There's a lower remote, there's an upper remote, and there's a main call send on the platform itself. All your switches are constant pressure. So I don't know where it's at. I'm at the lower landing. I'm going to bump the down button. The door is going to open automatically. If you get impatient and you manually open and close the door, no problem. You didn't break anything. It just took it out of sequence, so it doesn't know where it's at. So you can either leave it alone, let it find its home, or you can assist it. There you go. It just locked in. And then it'll time out and self-close. Also, if it needs an obstruction, it'll stop for too long at that obstruction. It'll then back away and start over. So if you say the door came all the way open, beyond 90 degrees, and hit the wall, you know it not sequenced. It needs to find its home. Okay? So code requires you maintain clearances around this for both front and side approach. So if I put someone on the lift, I'm going to assist them. I'll hit the up button. It travels at 17 feet per minute. It's hydraulic. No hoses, all hard pipe, number 50 steel chain. You can stop at any time, reverse the travel. In between floors, both your lower and upper door are locked. Okay?
How can you tell when it goes all the way up and stops?
The in-use light will flash. So if we watch it as I'm calling it down, even though there's background noise, it's telling me it's here. I let go of the button and the door will open 90 degrees. On the platform itself, you have a grab rail. You have an emergency stop and alarm. Push it in to activate it, pull it out to reset it. You have auxiliary lights. These will come on anytime the unit's in operation or building power goes down. So I know it's hard to tell, but if you were to look through the gap here between the stripe and these lights are on and no one's on the lift, that's an indication someone turned the breaker off that's feeding power to the disconnect, so now it's pulling directly off the batteries. So you want to get that breaker turned back on and get those batteries back up to capacity. Okay, there's your state sticker, your permit number. The ADA phone, we checked it twice this morning. It's programmed into the number the district provided, and we confirmed that it's answered 24/7. So they just hit the button, it dials, maybe rings 3-4 times. Someone on the other end will pick it up and then ask, are you in the elevator? Is there an emergency? So your direction switch, your green light that indicates all your safeties are made up and the unit's ready to run, and then your data placard has the international accessibility symbol, no freight, 750-pound capacity. So
did you say no freight?
No freight.
Meaning don't put stuff on here to travel up there?
Correct. Correct. So as the unit goes up and down, to comply with code, we have very tight running clearances. On our enter exit side, we have to be within 3/8 to 3/4 on a smooth continuous surface. So when this door comes closed, it'll flush out with the inside of the shaft lay. On our non-enter exit side, we have to be 2 to 3 inches. What they're concerned with, you or I assisting someone, we have our hand on the sidewall, no shear point, no pinch point as it travels up and down. With freight, sometimes the load will shift, it'll get bound up in here, and yeah. Also with a hydraulic unit, if you were to overload it, 850, 825, probably leave the floor really slow. Anything beyond that probably won't even leave the floor, it's going into relief. So some of those battery operated wheelchairs can weigh like 350 pounds. Then the person's been immobile for a while, their weight's crept up. It's not unusual to exceed the capacity. Nowadays. Unit, anodized clean with a non-abrasive cleaner. Okay. So we'll let the door close. So someone's on the lift, halfway between floors, lift stops working, building power goes down. It switches over to batteries. Oh, batteries are dead. They're stuck. You call the fire department, they come with that long-handled key, they like to break things. All you have to do, flat nose screwdriver, just remove the cover, pull the knob. It's a cable attached to the hydraulic valve. It releases the fluid, allows the unit to come down controlled, it won't overspeed.
So repeat that sentence again?
Sure.
About what to do?
Building power goes down, batteries are dead, someone's stuck, remove the cover, pull the knob, and it's labeled emergency lowering device, remove cover.
The cover that's already down. Okay.
Correct. Pull the knob, cable attached to hydraulic valve, releases the fluid, allows it to come down controlled. With the battery operation, if building power goes down and batteries are at full capacity, you can get people up. So it'll go in both directions under battery power.
We don't have to call a fire department. We can do it ourselves.
In other words, don't call the
Don't
fire
call the
department
fire
unless you want it to be broken.
So back to these data placards. No freight, capacity, operating guidelines, McKinley's number if you have questions or need service. These are the most common write-up we see on your annual inspection. Everything else checked out, and this is just one of those signs. So keep an eye on that. So I know you have, I'm familiar with 3 units on school campus here. You have one in the orchestra pit and then one by the pool. So they're all the same manufacturers, they all operate the same because they're built around the code. So you'll get more in the turnover package. I'll give you the owner's manual and the warranty card. And then as far as the phone goes, that's something you don't need an elevator mechanic to do. If you want to change the number, you can do it yourself. The instructions will be in the owner's manual. We go with the factory security code 1234. It'll give you voice prompts, so it'll walk you through programming a different number in. This, though, is your maintenance log. So some of you are probably familiar with this from the other lifts on campus. This literally is the most important piece of paperwork with the unit. Make as many copies you like and need one for each year. So it covers weekly inspection, repair log, malfunction log, accident log, emergency contact person, the operation manual, elevator code maintenance section, plan maintenance agreement. So the unit has to be checked by the owners or the owner's rep on a weekly basis. You're going to check the operation, all the control stations, check the interlock at each gate, door opens and lifts at landing, door stays locked and lifts away from the landing, check the emergency stop alarm. Now you do not have a safety pan underneath the unit like you do at the one in the orchestra pit, because this one's completely enclosed. Check that all gates and doors close automatically, check lift without run ventilator door open, check visually for any loose bolts or connections, and then notate that on the weekly inspection log. You can imagine if anyone ever got hurt on this unit, this is the first thing you're going to ask for. Who checked it last and what they do? Do us a favor, check it out on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday versus Friday afternoon at 3:30. That'll give us 24 hours to respond and get you back in operation. All right, maintenance and repair. No one should work on the unit unless they make an entry. State wants to see the complete history. They also want to verify they have a state elevator license. So like everything else nowadays, highly regulated. That'll help protect the district's liability. Malfunction log. No matter how minor the problem is, notate it. You may be aware of a problem, but you're off the next day when the mechanic shows up. so they can go to the log and try to solve the issue. Accident log, hopefully it'll never be filled out. Emergency contact person, who on site is most knowledgeable regarding the lift, who's gonna have possession of all the paperwork. You can insert the operation manual here if you choose. This comes out of State of California, Article 15, Special Access Lift Code, Maintenance for Special Access Lift. All these items have to remain on site. So wiring diagram, structure diagram, those are inside the motor controllers. So think of that tower as like your elevator machine room, just condensed in a smaller size. Instructions for operation are at each door as well as on the platform. And then keys, that's the black plug, which they opted for no keys. 2 items of special importance for you are item 1 and 2. Item 2, procedure for checking the operational lift to be conducted not less than weekly. Years ago, when they required these to be installed, no one would ever maintain it. So if someone would show up and need to use it, wasn't operational. So they got it written right in the code, they gotta check it on a weekly basis, make sure it's working. And then item number 1, routine maintenance to be performed not less than once every 6 months. They also recognize these aren't gonna be heavily used like an elevator, so for most customers, every 6 months more than sufficient. If you're interested, McKinley Elevator offers a planned maintenance. We'll dispatch a mechanic in the area. We can pass the savings of travel time on to the district. Copy of the service agreement. You can cancel at any time if you feel it doesn't offer you the value you thought it would. If this is in place, PM customers receive a 20% discount on parts and labor. Any questions?
What would you recommend to be the keeper of that document? Would it be the plant supervisor?
I think he volunteered earlier. He was so
He did?
excited. He was the first one here.
Already. Yeah, but Gary should be the one that
Gary?
inspects it.
We're gonna be here every other week.
Not, hopefully not for long. We got it.
So, yeah, the worst thing you can